Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Big Al's Eats. We're going to be doing a little deer meat today. Got a deer back strap. We're going to, got it vacuum sealed here. We're going to take it out of the pack, going to slice it up, and going to use my trusty Wiebe knife. These knives are amazing when it comes to skinning out deer and processing your meat. So let's get started. We need to open this up and get the meat rinsed off and cut it up, and we're going to cut it up in bite-sized pieces, and we're going to do a little stir fry later this afternoon. So let's get started with cleaning this deer. Just want to get it rinsed off real nicely, and there's a small amount of silver skin on here that we're going to be taking off. So we'll move over to the table, to the cutting board, and get this cleaned up. When I process this deer, I clean this back strap up pretty good, but we're just going to run over it real quick, and if there's any silver skin, a little extra fat on there, I'm going to take my 6-inch Wiebe fillet knife here and just finish cleaning it up a little bit. We're going to cut this into bite-sized pieces, and then we're going to, I got a cast iron wok. We're going to stir fry this, and I'll show you the process I go through on all of that. But like I say, this deer backstrap looks pretty good like it is. I just want to clean up a little bit more of this silver skin that's left on it. Up real nice. So what we're going to do now, we're going to cut this into bite-sized pieces. I'm going to take this part of the back strap and I'm going to cut it in half. That's wicked sharp, that Wiebe knife, y'all. I'm going to cut it in half, and then with that, just bite-sized pieces. We're going to cut up the whole thing like this. This Wiebe knife making short work of cutting this into bite-sized pieces. All right. There you have that, and we're going to take this, put it in a bowl. We're going to season it here in just a minute after I cut up this other one. So let's get started on this one. Now that I've got this cut up into bite-sized pieces, I want to season it, and I'm going to use Johnny's seasoning salt. This is the only type I use. You can get this off of Amazon. Your local store may have it, but I'll order mine through Amazon. Johnny's seasoning. No, there's no substitute. You've got to use Johnny's. And I'm going to season this back strap heavily with Johnny's. And I'm going to stir it around a little bit. I just want to make sure I got it all coated real good. This is just a preliminary seasoning. I'm going to season it a couple more times. Like I say, I'm seasoning this backstrap heavily. Stir it around a little bit, and that should be fine. What we're going to do next, I'm going to melt a stick of butter, real butter, and pour it over the top, and let this marinate in the refrigerator. I prefer overnight, but you can let it marinate for a couple hours. It'll be fine. Let's get that butter melted. I'm going to light the side burners on this Blackstone griddle. Take my little saucepan, put it on, and I've got one stick of real butter. I do not recommend margarine, or I can't believe it's not butter. Use real butter. It makes a difference. Just like the seasoning salt, you have to use Johnny's. Put that in, let it melt, and then after it melts, we're going to pour it over the deer backstrap. Now that we've got the butter melted, one thing that I would recommend if you're going to do this recipe, let your backstrap come as close to room temperature as you can. When you add warm butter to cold meat, it's going to gel up, and that's natural for that to happen, and it's definitely going to gel up once you put it in the refrigerator. but to get the butter on all the pieces, try to have your meat at or close to room temperature. So I've got it seasoned with Johnny's. I have the melted butter here. Stir it around a little bit, and I'm just going to drizzle this over the top of the meat. And actually this is enough butter for probably twice this much meat. This is probably a pound and a quarter of deer meat. So there's going to be plenty of butter on it. And now we'll just stir this around, let the butter get incorporated real good, let it coat that meat really good. Then we're going to put it in the refrigerator and let it sit an hour or two. I prefer overnight or all afternoon, but a couple hours will work. And it wouldn't hurt to sprinkle just a little more Johnny seasoning on there. Like it's going to cook off, I promise you. And after we cook it, there's a good possibility that we may season it after we take it up out of that wok that we're going to cook it in. So there, the meat's ready. It's going to marinate in that butter, and we're going to stick it in the refrigerator. Y'all check back in a little bit, and we'll fire that wok up, and we're going to cook this hot. It only takes a couple minutes. You might miss it. Stick around. Okay, what we're doing now, we got the cast iron wok on this burner, and we got it running pretty high. We want to get this thing almost white hot. Then we're going to add the deer meat. I've got the deer. We've been marinating it in the refrigerator, and you can see how the butter has gelled up. That butter's going to melt when we put it in that hot wok, and it's going to smoke really bad. I've got 2 fans blowing over here to kind of pull the smoke out. So hey, stick around. It's going to get smoky in here. I don't know if you can see it. This cast iron wok is smoking. It's time to put the deer meat in. Deer backstrap. Been marinating a couple of hours. There's going to be about 3 cookings in here. We're going to start out with one, show you what it looks like. I'm going to cook about 1/3 of this. And as you can see, it's starting to smoke. You want to stir it around. I'm going to cook this for about a minute and a half. You want this meat to be medium rare. And it's right warm, I'm telling you, this is warm. A lot of heat coming up. This is looking pretty good. It's time to take this up. It looks to be I've been cooking about a minute and a half. It looks to be about medium well. It certainly looks good. There's one thing about this cooking it, this method here. Even if you don't like deer meat, you don't like that gamey taste, you're not going to have it with this. You can take deer that actually has a gamey taste, cook it this method, and even for the people that don't like it, you're going to like this. This is more like filet mignon. It's tender, flavorful, does not taste anything like deer. So we're going to taste a piece of this here in just a second. That looks good right there, y'all. We're working on that second batch now. Get through with this one, we'll do the third, then we're going to do a little tasting. The second batch is done. Let's pull it. I'm starting to develop a little au jus in there, y'all. That's going to be really good. I'm not sure what we're going to have with this. I bet there's going to be some potato salad in our future. I love me some potato salad. All right. Let's get that third batch on and we'll be through. Then we'll do some tasting. There's that third batch. Let's get it picked up. It's time to do some tasting. Who's ready for some of this? Deer stir fry with Johnny's seasoning. Okay folks, this is the deal. Stir fry backstrap with Johnny's seasoning. It don't get no better than this. Let's get us a little piece out of here. Give it a little taste test. Oh, it smells so good. Cooked with that butter, Johnny's seasoning. Oh man. Tender, moist, cooked medium well. Oh man. Sometimes I amaze myself. This is one you gotta try. Deer backstrap. You can use a hind quarter if you like. Try it the same method. Get you some Johnny's seasoning. Amazon, your local grocery store. You got to try this one. From Big Al's Eats, y'all have a nice evening, and we'll see you down the road. Y'all don't forget to hit that like and share page over there. Don't forget to follow Big Al's Eats on Facebook and YouTube. See y'all. Cheers, folks.